And my twist out was an epic fail. When I tell you guys it was an epic fail, it was an epic fail. Okay, so the biggest question that I'm sure a lot of people have is, when did you begin your natural hair journey? Mine kind of happened by accident. I always hated relaxers because they were cold and they burned. Those are the only two reasons. Otherwise, I would still be getting them probably to this day. I used to cry when my mother would, on relaxer day, or I'd scratch my head so bad and make her like not want to do my relaxer. I was that not into them. So about my junior year, I started getting micros, the micro braids, and I wore those my junior year, my senior year, and my freshman year of college. By then my relaxer had basically grown out. I remember going to my stylist and my hair was basically all natural except for about maybe 3 inches of my hair, so like probably I was maybe a little bit shorter than my hair was now, but with relaxants, and they're really thin, and just my hair was all broken on the bottom completely, just from damage, not even from the braids, but from prior damage before the braids, and the braids actually grew my back hairs back out. And so she said one day, she was just like, do you want to just clip them? And I was like, sure. And then she's washing my hair and she's like, oh, I wish my texture was as tight as yours because mine is so loose now. And I'm like, texture? Okay, whatever, lady. And I remember this little girl was like, oh my gosh, your hair, it's so crazy and nappy. And I was just like, oh, that kind of made me feel a little bad because, you know, we're so used to seeing like the straight and silky hair. And so I started right after. I didn't start wearing my hair natural at all. I got it pressed, and I think that's still natural, but I made sure my curl pattern was nowhere near my head, basically. So I got it pressed, and my stylist used this product called Jeans Green on my hair, and it's kind of like a texturizer, but it was safer than a texturizer. But basically you apply it all along your roots and all over the hair, then you sit under the dryer for about 45 minutes, and then your texture is basically very relaxed, so it can straighten really easily. And so that's what I did for about 3 months. Kind of got fed up with that and the stylist, so kind of ditched that altogether. Went back to braids. Then I was kind of like, okay, I remember why I stopped wearing braids, because it takes so long, it takes days just to undo it all. December 2012, my freshman year of college, I basically started to, I don't know, I started watching YouTube around then. I'd always watched YouTube, but I never really like watched any beauty videos or knew about any hair gurus or makeup gurus or anything. And then I kind of fell upon this infamously famous naturalista named Natural85, and that's who I watched in the very beginning about how to do my twist out, what is a twist out, and basically all the terminology. And my twist out was an epic fail. When I tell you guys it was an epic fail, it was an epic fail. Like, my hair looked crazy. I wish I had photos. I know I do somewhere. I'll have to find them. Second semester, freshman year, after getting my hair pressed and stuff, at the end of it, I did my first weave, and it was a partial. So I had all of this, my front out. She did a lot more front, so that way I could just do whatever I want, and then I had the rest of it in a weave. And that was my very first weave, and I didn't even really, I mean, I liked it. It was really different. It was the first time that people saw me differently, because then I also started wearing makeup, so I just was kind of changing my look a little. I liked it, but then it just didn't, I don't know, I didn't stick to it. Junior year, fast forward, junior year to college at a bigger university, I had transferred. Then I did my first full sew-in weave, and then that's when I kind of like had my makeup skills were much better, my hair skills were much better, and I was doing it. And so all meanwhile my hair is growing, and then I think around the second semester, maybe between the second and the first, probably that Christmas break, is when I went to the natural side, kind of like that. And I actually knew how to do my hair, and I was doing deep conditioning treatments every single week. Sundays were my deep conditioning days like clockwork. I would detangle a certain way and my hair it was doing well. And so that's kind of like my hair journey in a nutshell. I don't really have a start date or a finish. I mean, not a finish, of course not. I don't really have a start date only because I never had to do that big chop. So when it happened, I didn't know that I was really natural. I just thought, oh, thank God I'm done with relaxers. This leads me into the advice. One of the biggest first things that I can tell you if you're thinking about going natural or if you're newly natural is to just stick with it for as long as you can. If you need to use weaves or braids to grow out your hair a little bit before you're more comfortable wearing your hair, that's fine. I don't see a big deal. I did that not necessarily on purpose, but I just didn't know what I was doing with my hair. I didn't know how to do it, and the area where I lived at, you didn't really see people with natural hair. So I kind of just had my hair tucked away for a little bit until I got comfortable and just said, oh, okay, I need to do something with this. Another advice tip I can give you is do your research, do your research, do your research. Make sure you know exactly what all the products you want to go, what avenue you want to go. There's like a million different websites, videos, people who tell you their way is the right way or their way helps their hair grow. But your hair is your hair. Your body is your body. Your chemical components are your chemical components, and the compounds in your body everyone is unique. Your hair growth rates are unique. How your body responds to certain products is unique. How your hair responds is unique. So everything that you do, what I do and what I show people on my videos may not work for other people. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned, because I watched beauty gurus like Natural 85 and Mahogany Curls and countless others who they just have this gorgeous like lush hair, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be me in a year. And my hair rate was different. Coming off of that damage was different. So while I didn't have relaxed ends, I still had a lot of heat damage, and my curl pattern was very stretched and dry because I had been putting heat on it every other week. And so it was almost like I had to completely stop all of that, hence why I did the weave, to kind of get my hair to come back on its own. While the length of my hair has only changed a little bit, the health and the thickness of my hair has changed immensely, and that's the main thing I care about. So that's kind of one of the biggest things I tell people who ask me when they see me is like, oh, how can I get this to grow, or how can I get this? Your hair responds differently to everything in all products. If your hair texture is kind of similar to mine, I can kind of help you out a bit, but even then I would watch some people with the same kind of looking the same texture and my hair wouldn't really respond to that. So I think it's all about experimenting, and also about just trying different things and knowing that there's failure with it that will be involved. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could have seen all of my epic failed styles. And then the first thing I do is put it in a puff because I don't know what else to do with it when I mess it up. When I first went natural, I had some people respond pretty positively, and then I had some negative Nancys who would just say things to me like, oh, did you just wake up and walk out of bed? Actually, no. I untwisted my hair, fluffed it up, put some moisturizer on my ends, and yes, then I walked out. So, and also with the men, you have some really positive, like I said, individuals, men who love the natural hair, love it, and then I had some others who I noticed I got more attention with my weave, and I think it's just because when you have the long hair, the eyelashes, the makeup, and you have that complete look and how you carry yourself, you're going to be attractive. But I think it shouldn't really matter how your hair is, it's how you carry yourself and how you exude your persona. And so that's one thing I can really say is just you have to be positive with it. There's going to be comments about it, especially the bigger your hair gets, and especially when it's not as long or it's in the in-between stage where you're at short length but you're about to go to medium, or it's just like all over the place. I mean, it just varies. And so one thing I can say is I've really learned how to just love myself for what I am, what I like to do, how I wear my hair. I don't feel I need to explain to anyone if I have a weave in tomorrow and then the next day I shave my head. Like, okay, maybe I do, but you guys get what I'm saying. I really thoroughly love being natural just because I don't have to get relaxers anymore. Thank you, Jesus. And I know how to do my hair, and I love the curl pattern. I love having big voluminous hair, and I love that when the wind blows I don't have to worry about my track. But now full sew-ins and closures are my thing, so I still love it all. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up and stop rambling. Hopefully this kind of give you a little bit of a synopsis of how my hair kind of came about, and I just want to let you guys know, thank you so much for watching, and bye.